Alright, welcome to the video picture-in-picture commentary for episode 5. So this is the concept episode where I've got these bad ideas. I've called them bad ideas. I think that's what the sketch is called. Quite a few of them to the episode. Because I came up with these ideas for shite characters. I thought I want these shite characters in it, but I didn't know how to get them in because they're shite. So how do I get it in without getting them in? And I thought, well, just kind of do it like I'm kind of proposed an idea to them, and it's brilliant. I wish I could just come up with a whole series just in them, because I could just go like this. There's a guy. Do you want this mushroom? Guy. That idea came to me. I think where was I? I was actually in a kind of pub place. That's true. That story. I was actually in a pub place, and I was with my girlfriend Lynn, and I did have a big mushroom on the plate, and I thought, I don't want this mushroom. I wish I could just go up to somebody and say, because it's a waste of food. Do you want this mushroom? And people have asked me since this has been on the telly, do you want this mushroom? I was actually in a supermarket and a guy tapped me on the shoulder and went like that, do you want this mushroom? And handed me a big white giant mushroom, and I laughed and all that, but then I had to go and take it back because he laughed and just walked away, but I was left holding it and the mushroom bit was there, so I had to kind of walk back and put it back. This mushroom had my grubby mitts there because I don't like mushrooms. I just forget it.
And I hope you know how serious this situation
literally
is. This
don't talk to me about this. Literally, this. I think lots of people have said it, but I'll never get sick of moaning about it. Literally, I remember watching a programme the other night. I think it was I think it was Big Brother or something like that, right? Somebody tried to storm the stage, right? And I think Davina McCall said, oh, like some guy who tried to storm the stage, oh, he's been taken out. Well, not literally.
Have you seen Mackie?
No, not literally. He has been taken out. You know, the bouncer's got a hold of him. No, you're right. He has literally been taken out. She just, as if she's just said, well, no, literally. He's not literally been taken out. He's actually been murdered. He's been snuffed out. Literally completely turned on its head. Like literally now means metaphorically. Don't get me started. I mean, it's literally, honestly, it literally makes my head explode hearing all this. It just doesn't mean anything. I take it out the dictionary, it's ruined, it's soiled, take it out. It doesn't mean anything anymore. He's literally sure that the baddie's in there. See, when we went to check out this location, I'm going to slide down a shoot here in a second. When we went to check the location out, before we actually filmed and everything, I had a wee shot down the shoot, and I went belly down on it. And I came out shooting at 100 mile an hour. I went boom, winded myself, lying right down in it. A right good laugh, but we tried it on that day. And we were like, maybe we can't do it for health and safety reasons. It was alright kind of before, because you just went for it, but maybe you should land on your back. But because it was a rainy day and I tried it, I actually got stuck. Never mind shooting down at 100 mile an hour. I'm like, I'm not even moving. The denim's not. I was just sticking. I couldn't even get out. I had to pure. I don't know how I actually did it.
What's the problem? What are you saying?
What's the problem? Me and a guy I used to work with, Donnie, I think used to hit each other with this partner. I said to him, I hope you don't mind, but I don't know if that problem partner's yours, but I've used it in my show. And he says, no bother, I don't know where it started, but maybe he's just been polite.
I don't know.
I get that said to us a few times. There was a middle-aged guy that actually looked like Mr. Mulvaney, stopped me in a street in Glasgow up the West End a bit, walking by me, kind of silvery haired guy, and he walked by me and he went like, I'm sorry, excuse me. I turned around, sorry, I have to ask, what's the problem? It's funny that when you hear that sort of stuff getting said back, because obviously I find it funny, obviously it's good that it's getting said, but I kind of don't know what to say. I don't know what the next thing I say is. What's the problem? Do I go like that? For my show, aye. I don't know what to say. I don't know if maybe I should say back to him. What's your problem? keep that going until you can't take it anymore. Here, I just want to say, mate, what's the problem? What is the problem? What's the problem? What's the problem? What's the problem? What's the problem?
We're gonna nuke you.
See you later, Limmy, right? Aye, see you later.
We're gonna nuke you. We're gonna nuke you.
We're gonna nuke you.
We're gonna nuke you.
We're gonna
What's the problem?
We're gonna nuke you.
We're gonna nuke you.
We're gonna nuke you.
What's the problem?
I actually hear that now myself. Somebody yesterday in a kind of meeting thing I was in said, you know, we're going to have to watch out, that might be a problem. And I'm sure they said problem. They didn't, but I just hear it now. Maybe we should just change it to that. You know, like you should take literally out the dictionary. Maybe we should just change problem to problem. Because there's more chance you making a mistake with problem than there is with problem. Just say problem. Let's all just start saying problem now, right?
Fine.
Alright. The problem.
1.21 gigawatts.
Back to the Future reference here. What's the problem? I can't get that out of my head now. What's the problem? This is one for my podcast again. See, John Paul, when I made these up in the podcast and with this as well, I don't really like things with punchlines. I don't really like things with nice happy endings or like here's a joke at the end. I just like pure bad things happening. I just kind of like bad things happening, and the funny thing is that it's no funny in a way. It's the art of unfunny comedy. And in the podcast, like he goes down to the train station here, and what I do in the podcast is he actually chucks the guy on the train tracks. He doesn't get knocked down, but he chucks him on the train tracks and tells him to go. But obviously, the people who run the train tracks and the trains aren't too happy about that. So,
What? Where's he getting off?
I don't know.
Do you not get him buy a ticket?
Oh, I did. He's getting off at yours, but John Paul.
Yes.
Junior. I don't know why. Some people ask us why. What's so funny about a guy threatening violence with somebody and then punching him and then there's no joke? What's so funny about that? And I'm like, that is the funny thing. What, do you think it's funny if somebody gets punched in real life? No in real life. But I mean, it's like
That's it.
I don't know. I'm off my nut or something like that. Just
Up you go, mate.
lucky there. That's a real train. That's not a CGI train that we just got put in post production. That's a real train. We're lucky somebody went like, oh, the train's coming. 4 minutes, so we had to all quickly get set up and all that. And
I don't think I do.
but then it just go like that, right? Have a train sitting there, right? Tell the guy in the train to go now.
Go give a wee punty up. He got a wee companion.
Everybody on the train like, what's happening here? We're going to have to delay your train just for about half an hour. We're just doing a bit of filming. No, we didn't get that. Can you reverse, please? See this? See this keyboard? This is meant to snap in half, look. One of the guys at the art department kind of sawed the back of it so it would split in half when I punched it, but obviously I'm a wee weakling and I almost smashed a couple of keys.
I buy split up.
Split up? What for?
I'm fed up. Really fed up.
Have you seen the other one of this guy trying to evade getting chucked by wearing funny gear? And I have thought of that before myself. Not that I've been dead close to getting chucked or anything. Like, obviously I've been chucked in the past and all that. You've got to get chucked
We're no.
to end up where you are.
What? No what?
If you know what I mean.
What's
But
wrong?
me and my girlfriend Lynn, we've had a lot of wee argument here and there, and I have thought, like, there has been certain times that an argument hasn't been possible because one is like wearing something funny or there's just a stupid situation like stupid slippers. So I have thought maybe I should just kick about the house. The Perriers kick about wearing like I don't know, like one of the caps that have got the kind of propeller on the top.
I love my family, but I can't take much more of this.
A real life brother and sister there.
Along the lines,
That's how they're able to.
I forgot who I was,
They've done that for real.
and now I'm lost.
It's a steady job.
I'm serious with this sketch. I wrote this sketch about
Complain.
you know, they need to self-harm and all that kind of, you know, if you're doing that for a attention-seeking thing, not in a superficial way, but, you know, like, I'm please going to somebody approach me and just like, go, what's wrong? What's wrong with you? Please.
Don't try and kill you.
Then you don't need to do that. You really can just piss yourself. I know it's not the same thing, but
Whatsoever.
I think
If you want
you're more inclined to get attention and help and understanding and all that if you piss yourself. Look. If somebody you knew did that and it wasn't because they were steaming, you'd be like, oh my God, you're right.
Oh my God, Lemmy, are you okay? What's wrong? Lemmy's pissed himself. You're joking.
Real pish.
Lemmy, mate, let's get you up.
Real pish.
He needs
I had to use up about 3 seats.
Oh, and you think
Had to
he
get
can
chucked
help
out.
you? Come on, mate, we'll get you some help.
Real
Come on,
pish.
mate.
Nah, I'm only kidding.
Good morning, Mulvaney Group.
Kathy, it's Mr. Mulvaney here.
Hello,
Mr. Mulvaney driving at 1 mile an hour there.
The sub-directors meeting, so could you begin putting the reports out on the boardroom table, please?
No bother.
Just like them.
But Virgin on Robert Carlyle voice.
Total, I believe. The first one is...
Hello? Are you still there, Mr. Mulvaney?
I don't think I'll be doing that again.
Can I call you back, please?
No bother.
Any of these, see, taking that, that's a green screen thing there, obviously, right?
Okay,
We went out and we filmed just in the back of a truck.
Don't look
We had to go out in the back of a kind of truck thing, get all tied up and harnessed, point a camera just out like that, and just film this journey all about for the background. Then we had to do the green screen stuff, but then you've got to make sure that the angle you're filming the driving it is the exact same angle as you're filming the inside of the motor. You got to get the Polis motor behind there. You got to make sure the Polis know that that's not a real Polis motor and all the rest of it. Or was that a real Polis?
You don't believe him, do you?
I can't mind. But
Well, Mr. Mulvaney,
it's a nightmare.
shopkeeper has...
It's a nightmare, but
No, officer,
you live and learn.
This is my word against his, and you're taking the side of a shopkeeper. Officer, look around you. Why would I lie?
Next time if I was to do that, I would just kind of dating a kind of story like,
Well, Mr. Mulvaney,
oh, I was just out there on the motor driving down the road and there was a Polis behind me. I would just date in word form. I wouldn't actually film it. If that's what I'm best to do, just do a book. Just do a book.
oh no.
See this guy here on the motor, he looks a bit like Alex Patterson for the Orb, the main guy out of the Orb. See him there? Take a look, search for Alex Patterson, the Orb. I think he looks a bit like him. I mean, look at that. I mean, look behind. It's as if I'm in a kind of hovercraft thing, isn't it? Maybe I'm too critical of these things. I'm like, oh no, it's the angle is 1 degree, it's half a degree out. It's not working. It's everybody's just watching a sketch, watching a star. But I'm like, the trees are at the wrong angle. It's a 1 degree out for the people are going to hate it.
It never happened.
Back to the bad ideas.
I've got one, right, I've got, like, listen to this. Right, you know how you get to programmes like Booze Britain or Binge Britain or whatever they're called?
Aye.
Right, you
Lassies that
two's on and
a lassie called Drunk Lassie. I think if you go in your Sucky Hall Street on a Saturday night, I think you'll see a lot of lassies doing impersonations of this Drunk Lassie character.
Just a drunk one.
Aye. Well, a character called Drunk Lassie, and she's just
Sucky Hall Street on a Saturday night, man.
all the time.
Try cycling up Sucky Hall Street. If you're ever on Sucky Hall Street,
Comes up wrecked like a
try cycling up Sucky Hall Street in Glasgow on a Saturday night. See how far you get.
like a wedding.
Hey, somebody jumping out like, hey, the guy's on a bike.
Ride with me, right?
Aye, that's happened to me. That's the guy on a bike. Ah! Saturday night, everybody wrecks, spew all the way up Sucky Hall Street. Drunk lassie, drunk lassie, drunk lassie, drunk guy, drunk guy. Lassies at the end of the night with the high heels off, walking up the road in the bare feet. Ah, there's a guy on a bike. What you doing on a bike?
I don't know.
Imagine people like that on a Tuesday afternoon.
I'm into, you've seen him.
You go out and it's like 3 in the afternoon, everybody's just completely after nut, spewing everywhere. Hi! Well, you got on your bike.
Like falling into the coffin, knocking the coffin there, and
That's what happens. You cycle up and people just step out and go, ha! Put a horn out. Ah! You're not going anywhere.
aye, same here.
And you see that kind of drunk lassie sitting at the pavement. Lassie sitting at the pavement with mascara in her face. Her night's been ruined. I fell out with my friend. I drank too much and I fell out with my friend. It was over a guy we don't even like. She said she didn't like him, then she gets off with him. And then they get drunk, they keep drinking, they get drunk, and then they're like,
It'll lie.
every morning I do that with Linda. Every morning. Lion. Lion. Every morning. You know it's night time because you can hear an owl. Woo-hoo. How do I know it's night time? You can hear an owl. Woo-hoo. Mr. Mulvaney. That's it, cover the leaves up. They'll be none the wiser. The perfect crime. The perfect crime.
Do you ever get bored?
I used to do this kind of thing here. Going up to a stranger and asking them stupid questions. Me and my pal had a pal in Millpool. Look, the guys on the left there, look. Can we go, Jim? Jim, don't go. They're filming something. Go now. I had a pal in Millport. We used to go up to people, strangers walking by, like older folk. And the wee joke we had was, one is we've got to put on an English accent and ask what the time is. So we'd like somebody would walk by and I'd go, they were only about 14. Excuse me, what time's it? Oh, it's about 20 past 3, son. Thank you. And then for some reason we would just be pissing ourselves with that. Excuse me, what time's it? And then you'd have to kind of go up a level. Like end with something like thanks, love. You have to say thanks, love, right? You have to say thanks, love. Excuse me, what time's it? Oh, thanks, love. Demons here. I've got this on my website. This is actually on my website as a kind of interactive flash play thing. The whole thing about when you're just out of ideas and you think your best days are behind you, you can't come up with any more ideas, and you're scared. You're scared. You're shite. Demons. It's called Demons. That's what it's called on my website.
Right. No, give a minute.
Fucking...
You're going crazy.
Can't mind what for. And the corner...
DD on the bus thinking somebody's after nut because they've got orange peels hanging out. I did this at my first live show, the Glasgow Comedy Festival in 2007. And this was like it was like a 10-minute monologue almost. Me dressed up as DD. All it was me putting on a sports jacket and just talking about then going on, just doing what he's doing there. I think it was about 10 minutes. 10 minutes! As I went, I kind of did stand up again. I shortened it, but I did that for about 10 minutes. It was on a train though. I had it on a train, the stand up thing, but trains are a wee bit harder to film that, so we put it in a bus.
Tried to calm myself down.
I'm not sure I've had quite a lot of DD stuff. I think that comes from like the Denon, that adverts because I've seen that, the 80s music adverts because I've seen that. And I'm not sure if I ever did actually see somebody with orange peels. I don't think I ever saw somebody with orange peels and thought they were after nut. But there are certain things that people do, like people who smell people who've got bad BO. You know how you know somebody, especially if you go in a supermarket, there might be somebody working there. Like there's a supermarket, a big one down my bit, and every now and again you walk around and just this stale, like dried in BO, you just smell and it hits you, and you look at the person and they otherwise look quite sane and quite normal. Or you go on a bus and there's somebody who is like maybe wearing a suit, but they are stinking a BO, and I mean stinking it. It's not because they've been caught out without any deodorant that day or something like that. I mean, like, that's what they're permanently like. And you're like, how can you go through life no knowing that's just known? How can you go through life going like that? I'm absolutely stinking, like that pig pen out of Charlie Brown where he flies about. Even though I care about how I look, and all, I've got the suit and everything, but I'm absolutely humming. I think that with people like that, there is a screwless. There is like a screwless, and you've got to watch them. See if you know somebody like that. Keep an eye on them. Keep an eye on him. In fact, I would actually advise you to start telling people he's no really, he or she isn't they're not really your pal, because a day will come where you will want to distance yourself from that person because they will lose the plot. It's a sign of things to come. You don't want that person. See if they're humming a BO, it means they've got a screw loose. It means at some point they're going to really lose the plot and do something mad, and that people are going to go like, that's his pal! That's his pal there! Get them! So maybe DD's sort of based on that. Look at that. Oh, look at this stunt. Look, real stunts here. Look. Like Frank Spencer. Like Michael Crawford. Real stunts.
Just down the eye, though.
His bloody toenails there, look. That's the same drunk you see in the stalking sketch. Cancer wristbands. I think I wrote this. I think I wrote a thing for this. I think for the big issue, I did a wee column, just a kind of wee one-off thing, and I wrote about cancer wristbands about like years ago, and I kind of changed it a wee bit for this. But I don't get that. I don't cancer wristband, and then you go in there. How do you take it off? How's it done? Quite difficult when we were filming it because we had to show people's wrists even though it was freezing. So there's a guy walking by with his sleeves rolled up even though people don't really do that. And
that's fantastic. Has there been a cure? I'm only kidding. I know there's been no cure for cancer. I'm just wondering why you've taken them off.
Why are you taking your wristband off? Why?
No, it's a terrible thing for me to think. I just
don't put them on. See, I'm one of the good guys. I never bought one. I know £1 goes to a cancer charity, but I'm one of the good guys. I never bought one. No, that's no. That's not nice. Because I think that the thing is, you buy it, it's £1, costs £1. That goes to charity. Chuck it away if you want. But I just don't get them. No. I had a pal who had about 4 of the things. Cancer thing, and a kind of white one and like a green one, and like they would go on and they would kind of come off. Go on and kind of come off. You know, like the multicoloured pencils, you put the wee bit at the end and then the one would come off the front, you put a bit in the end, and like one of them. It was like one of them. Here's the new fashion. The new fashion is to care about cancer. Next month, nobody gives it. Nobody couldn't care less about it now, nah.
Right. Tell me what you think of this. Right, this one's a bit like Drunk Lassie, right? It's a wee bit. Right.
Soaking guy.
You remember Drunk Lassie? You know the. Right, Drunk Lassie's drunk all the time.
It's funny, see this bit. I think in this one, I interrupt this one if I'm right. I interrupt it with saying sorry, even for a sketch that's about shite ideas. That was a shite idea. No, but people have mentioned to me that they like Soaking Guy. They've even seen people walk into their pub just like Soaking Guy. Somebody said to me in Facebook, I think, saying, "Guy just walked into my pub just like Soaking Guy. It's not even raining outside and he's just walked in completely soaking."
Turns up at these situations, turns up at like really inappropriate.
Some people have said you should do a whole series, a Soaking Guy, call the series Soaking Guy, and just have his escapades and all that, his adventures. This guy that's just soaking, could be in the Sahara. You know, a guy crawling through the Sahara and all that, and then the Soaking Guy goes walking by him.
I'm sorry, I'm a big enough man to admit it. It was shite.
I had a pal that danced like that. I'm copying his dance. There was a guy, I was in the Archies one night, and he was a kind of pal of a pal, really. And it's the first time I've been to a club with him, and I turned around and he was dancing like that kind of forward, back, and I turned around and I went, and he looked at me like, what? And I was like, oh, nothing. I thought he was joking. I thought he was doing, you know, like if you're dancing, you might do like a wee funny dance
It was a photo.
for a couple of seconds. I thought he was doing that. He was like that. He had this kind of funny face like that.
Ah, no. That's Millport.
And I busted out laughing, and he's like, what? And I was like, nothing. But he knew that I was laughing at his dancing.
Sorry, I know how to get to Millport, but can you tell me how to get to there?
Millport.
That is Millport.
Millport, I went to Millport that's all kind of true what I'm saying there. I went to Millport for like about age 5 or something like that, every summer holiday. It's an island it's a town on the Isle of Cumbria. It's a wee island on the west coast of Scotland, and quite a lot of people would go down there for the holidays, maybe for a week or two, but we'd have like a wee flat and a wee kind of caravan in the back garden, so I was just doing for the whole summer. 6 weeks or 8 weeks, new people would come down and we'd all go drinking, and people from Paisley would come, people from Kilmarnock, people from Glasgow. You get to meet all these people jumping off the pier. Millport, a magical place. Do you know, see in Millport, see if you put your fingers through the sand at night in Millport, it glows. I'm not joking. You draw your fingers through the sand in Millport and these wee glowing things come from it. I don't know if it's plankton or whatever it is, but it glows. And see if you pick up the sand and chuck it in the water, see where the sand hits the water, that glows. The splash, it glows. Can you think of a magical place? See, I couldn't fit all that into the sketch, but
It was a laugh, we were just...
magical place. I loved it when I was younger, Millport, I loved it. 6, 7, 8, kind of lonely, never really mixed with anybody, but when I got to about 14, I bumped into pals that I knew from back in Glasgow, and I was like, well, you come to Millport, I know? And they're like, aye. So then I got introduced to a big crowd of pals and everything, and it was best time of my life. Best time of my life. But then I would keep going down, like into my 20s, when it's not the underage drinking anymore, and you actually get into the pubs, there's no sneakiness about it, and everybody's all grown up, everybody's having wains, and you're like, oh, it's a shite now.
How did I get there?
But I want to go back. I've not been back in years.
You can't do that, I'm sorry.
In that wee place in the 40 says Millport Cafe, there's an amusements next to it. That Millport Cafe, I stuck that in myself. I just typed it in myself. There's no such place called Millport Cafe. There's a wee amusements next to it that had Street Fighter 2 in it, and I just to spend all my money in Street Fighter 2, and I'm telling you right now, I am the best at Street Fighter 2, and if you ever want to challenge me, just say the word, and we'll do it.
I'm numb as well. It just happens so quickly, doesn't it?
I'm no numb. I'm on top of the world. These are great, these wee things.
What things?
Eckies.
See that guy in the... there's your drunk lass. You'll see up Sucky Hall Street, there, the shoes off. See, she's got the shoes off there because she's... they're hurting her feet now, and she's wrecking, she doesn't care. I love that costume, I love that whole kind of thing. I said to Neve, the makeup lass, I said, I want me like kind of eyelashes fell off and that's kind of thing. And it looks like a mix between the Joker and a Clockwork Orange, I think, and a kind of hen night way. Imagine the Joker was in that gang in a Clockwork Orange.
That's the end of the show. Hope you enjoyed.
And he went out on a hen night. That's what he'd look like. He goes a bit of Kenny Everett sort of style stuff here there. When we were filming, I was trying to explain what I was trying to do. It's quite difficult. No, I just go around that. I just walk around like that. But you know, lots of you walk around. No, it'll work. See ya.